The White House is leading on an unlikely issue: criminal justice reform. This after the president said the death penalty should be considered for drug offenders earlier this year.
But if we don't get tough on the drug dealers, we're wasting our time. Just remember that. We're wasting our time. And that toughness includes the death penalty.
Ja'Ron Smith is President Trump's go-to person on criminal justice. He says the president was impacted by personal stories like Alice Johnson's, who Kim Kardashian fought to free after she was incarcerated for life for a non-violent drug-related crime.
Not all people who are locked up are individuals who don't deserve a second chance. And so this is about second chances and giving people opportunity. And some people in the criminal justice system just needed that opportunity.
The White House is championing a criminal justice reform bill that would, among other things, implement sentencing reforms, create programs to help inmates thrive on the outside, and grant early release for completion of those programs. The bill would give judges more discretion on mandatory minimum sentences, too.
You can't take a one-size-fits-all approach towards criminal justice reform because it has a negative impact on families, specifically with millennial families.
The president has only recently vocalized support, but his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, has been working on the legislation for months. The bill aims to reduce recidivism rates, but is only focused on the federal level. Only 181,000 of the more than 2.1 million people in prisons and jails are incarcerated on the federal level. This means only 8% of inmates will be impacted by the bill's passage. Smith says the administration hopes states take notice so the rest can be impacted.
We want to take it a step further and look at how we can use our platform to also encourage states to do the right thing. Last time we did substantive criminal justice reform, it echoed throughout the states, and many state legislators changed their laws. And so we're thinking this will have the same effect.
Though this bill has broad bipartisan support, there are a handful of Republicans like Tom Cotton and smaller justice organizations that aren't on board. Some on the left say the bill doesn't go far enough, and some on the right worry the bill isn't good for the Republicans' tough-on-crime image.
This is definitely tough on crime because if we know that our recidivism rates are high in America, we know where the next criminals are coming from. They're coming straight from the prisons. And so if we're curbing the recidivism rates when people get out, that's actually being tough on crime, smart on crime, and fair on crime.
But this legislation isn't new to Washington. An extremely similar version was created by Senators Chuck Grassley and Dick Durbin during the Obama administration, but Majority Leader Mitch McConnell would not bring it up for a vote. Now, he says he will, and that's largely because of pressure from the White House. Smith says the president will follow this through until the bill is sitting on his desk to sign.